If you are a comedian on the show tonight, please come out front for me. If you are a comedian on the show tonight, please come out front for me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Golden Hands Comedy Club, Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Wednesday night, let me hear you make some noise, baby! Alright, don't bring it up before we get the show started. Please turn those cell phones on silent. Don't heckle the comedians, and keep that table on down, and you will be asked to leave. With that out of the way, make some noise for your friends and family you came to see on the parade! Please everyone in the state, your host and MC for this evening, the very funny, the very talented, it's Michael Holder!
Hello, everybody! Hello. Thanks for coming out. Make some noise for your friends and family you've come to see. We have some people tonight doing comedy for the first time. We have some seasoned veterans, and we have a couple funny people, so it should be a pretty good time. It is the first Wednesday of the month, so we have to do a state-mandated evacuation drill. We have emergency exits in the corner and the front door. The way we'll do it, it's by the month that you were born in. Even months, we'll use that, and odd months, we'll use this one. February will go out the front door. So, let's start my stopwatch. 45 seconds is a passing time. Usually takes us 4 or 5, and I feel like you guys aren't behind me on this one, are you? If you're not serious about this, we're just not gonna do it. Okay, we'll do it later. Thank you. I know it's only February. I know it's early, but I've been thinking a lot about this since January 2nd, and I really think that 2008 is going to be my year. I really do. I'm just going over the numbers, and that's when I peaked. I think last year I quit wearing cargo shorts for the finally, and Abercrombie was kind of being a dick about it. But they don't have Forever 31, so I get kind of stuck in the middle. So now it's Bass Pro. The Bass Pro is where I shop now. I am a new dad, everybody. New dad. She's 25. Pretty awesome. Says I'm her only fan, which is amazing because she's beautiful. I would think she would, at least her parents and her friends would be her fans, but just me, I guess. I'm 56. I'll be 56. 55. I'll be 56 in June. Single. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. I'm an only child, and I live alone. And look, I'll be honest. Sometimes, around Valentine's Day coming up or my birthday, it's fucking awesome. It is, holy shit. It is so great. I have no decorative pillows anywhere in my house. I don't have any fancy plates or glasses or food. By far, the best part about being single and living alone is that I never have to clear my browser history on my computer. I don't even have to minimize. I can just leave it up on screen and walk away. It's great. I used to delete my browser history every night before I went to bed in case I died, and my mom ended up with my computer. And a couple years ago, my mom died, and kind of wish she had deleted hers. It was a shocking amount of porn for 80 years old. I myself, I've been trying to date again. I tried, online dating's hard at my age. I started with, 34 years old, 1 mile from my house, and I didn't get much. So I kept expanding the age and the geographical range until it finally worked. I finally found somebody. She lives in the Philippines, and as soon as her parents say it's okay, we'll get to FaceTime. So I'm pretty excited. She's not young, she's 48. She just lives at home. It's a cultural thing, I think. Her parents have to approve. There is a website for people over 50, Our Time. I spent a few minutes on there, and I don't think it's my time. I think for a lot of them, it's going to be their time pretty soon. I feel like online dating at my age is like grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree. That guy looks like a normal can of soup. There's a reason it's in here. I think the label's been taped on. There's a big dent in the side of it. A lot of questionable expiration dates. I'm trying not to expire too early. Part of being in your field. I know 2 or 3 people a year that die. It's pretty scary. My doctor told me that the most common cause of death for men my age is sudden cardiac death. I was like, it's horrible. What are the symptoms? He's like, those are the symptoms. That's why it's so sudden. But I was supposed to get a colonoscopy, and I got canceled during COVID. So my doctor recommended I try Cologuard, which is a home colon cancer screening test. You might have seen the commercials. If you don't know how it works, it's very simple. They send you a box in the mail, and you shit in the box, and you send it back. It's like, what kind of sick prank is this on the UPS guy? You want me to shit in a box and put it on my own front doorstep? Why don't I just light it on fire and ring the doorbell and hide in the bushes until he gets here? It was worse than that. I had to take it to the UPS store myself 2 weeks before Christmas. So I had to wait in a very long line of people that had very thoughtfully wrapped presents. I'm holding a box that is clearly marked what's inside. So I had her send it to my ex-girlfriend. So, hey, you guys have been great. Are you guys ready for the show? I guess I don't have to announce the emergency exits again. So with that out of the way, we have a website, gobananascomedy.com. We got a great show this weekend. Mary Mac's going to be there. I'm going to be hosting. And with that out of the way, you guys ready for your next comic? Please welcome to the stage my good friend, very funny, David Browerman.
Keep clapping for Michael, everybody. You mentioned dating apps. I actually met my wife on Tinder, which is, I hear, is rare for that app. And my wife and other women I've talked to about Tinder say they hate dealing with it because men lie a lot on there, a lot about their measurements. We'll say their height, and we're all grown-ups, their dick. They lie about their height and their dick size. And it just leads to disappointment. So my advice, how I got my wife, I went the complete opposite direction. I listed on my profile that I was 4'5", and that I actually didn't have a penis. So no matter what you have, it's an upgrade. It worked every time. That's just advice for all the single guys here. Yeah, when I was getting dressed to come here tonight, my wife walked by our bedroom and went, shh, shh. I was like, me, you're whistling at me. I know we're married, but I never really considered that she was physically attracted to me, you know what I mean? Because I'm not the whistle-at kind of guy. I'm not one of these hot guys you hear so much about. I'm what can you, you could call me handsome maybe, or whatever you call ugly guys you like, whatever that is. That's what I am. I'm not a whistle-at guy. All right, that was a stray thought. We'll do prepared material now. My dad turned 65, and that is not old yet, but he's starting to have old guy tendencies creep up. Last year, he wished me a happy birthday on Facebook. That's normal. But he did so in the comment section of a Bob Evans post. It's just kind of do you want Bob Evans? It's my birthday. If you pay, I'll go. So yeah, we went to Bob Evans. I don't know if that's what he wanted, but he agreed to do it. So I don't know if I caught him on a scheme or not. But we got there, and he was complaining that there was no senior citizen menu at Bob Evans. He's just like, I'm 65 now. I should get the benefit of ordering off the senior citizen menu. And I was like, Dad, it is Bob Evans. The entire thing is a senior citizens menu. I'm the one who's not supposed to be here right now. Did you not notice they made me pay a $20 cover at the door? Yeah. I feel my dad's influence every day, though. We're close. And, an example, he didn't try green beans until he was 50. And I'm type 2 diabetic. His impact is felt. That's all I'm saying. Loosely related to being diabetic, I saw that they were advertising a new Oreo called Space Dunks. Yeah, which doesn't seem to be related to Space Jam at all. That seems dubious that they're just stealing that. But it's if you haven't heard of it, it's a pink and blue Oreo with Pop Rocks in it. Yeah, right? And if you buy a package, you can win a contest to go to space. As if it's not hard enough for people to be healthy in this country. Now we're incentivizing people to eat cookies more. Like, it's hard enough being diabetic, but now not eating cookies is the reason I can't go to space. That's not fair. I've never won a goddamn thing eating all the broccoli that I do. I'm definitely not going to be an astronaut because of it. It's just ridiculous. Like, somebody might say, like, well, by eating healthy and controlling your blood sugar, what you're going to win is adding like 10 to 15 years to your life by being healthy. And I'm like, yeah, 10 to 15 years without rockets or fucking cookies. I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like any fun. And I was complaining to my wife about it, and she's like, well, why don't you just buy the cookies, and then you can just eat the serving size every day, and it won't be a problem. I was like, what a way to find out I'm married to a complete stranger. You know what I mean? The serving size, you want me to eat 3 cookies a day? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat 3 packages of cookies a day and go to space, because that's what I want to do. And the takeoff is going to be really easy, because I'm going to be missing a couple of limbs by then. Apologies that the silly cookie joke ended very dark. Thank you, everyone. All right, everybody, keep clapping. Join me. Welcome to the stage, Caleb Lee.
Go Bananas, how we doing, everybody? Oh yeah, give it up for David, everybody. We both look like we left the Amish Guild. We were like, you know what, fuck this shit, let's go pursue comedy. All right. So I took some edibles today, and you guys ever get too high and you just don't know how much eye contact you're supposed to make with people? Every day of my life's just like too much. Not enough. This is new, holy shit. Like, you don't want to be rude, but you ain't trying to create an unwanted friendship either. The other day I found myself staring at a homeless person for this far too long. Then I let him stay with me a week. I mean, fuck, it was my dad. Edibles are strong. I forgot we were related. I made that sign for him, and I feel bad. A lot of beautiful couples in here in the house tonight. Dating for me is hard because I look like John Wayne Gacy if he killed cake. Dating's rough, man. It's like people be living too far away, got too many kids, or frankly, somebody you don't want to bring out in public. Like, not even here in the dark, my man, you understand? She's right there. Don't nod to me like, yeah. At this point, y'all, I don't know if I'm ever going to find love. At this point, I'm ready to put a down payment on a sex robot. That's right. I'm ready to lease my way into some pussy. I'm built like a Care Bear. I want to build a bitch. Come to realize nowadays, people on social media, y'all, they don't want attention. Or they don't want help. Sorry. They want attention while living miserable. This girl on my timeline, so annoying. This road I'm on is so lonely. Nobody likes me. Nobody cares. If I don't get 25 likes by the end of the night, I'm going to kill myself. So I messaged her, right, like any good human, like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but people love you. Jesus loves you. And I just hope things get better. She decides to leave me on red? I swear to God, y'all, if I wasn't already selling weed to her, I would've been like, now I understand why no one likes your ass. Kill yourself. Whoa, whoa indeed. Look, y'all, I understand that is horrible, and she's just a teenager. And my sister. But she ain't gotta act like that. So anybody else like me where they're just really addicted to BJ's? Sir, you nodded and I seen that look. He's like, hell yeah, brother. Well, that was supposed to be between me and you, bro. Why didn't you say something? Like, he didn't like that I said something. He's like, I liked your shirt and your big over fucking picnic table. Why you gotta bring me in on your joke like that? Like, I love him, y'all. I'm addicted. Every time I'm in the middle of it, like, this is great. Then immediately after, I feel nothing but shame. I deserve better than this. I'm better than this. Is anybody else like me just addicted to Ben and Jerry's? After a good old paid blowjob, my man? All right. So I come from Dayton, y'all, and I like to think growing up I had a balanced childhood. My dad was a Christian dictator who would yell whole Bible chapters all around the house, like a madman. But my mom was listening to whole albums of Afro Man on Xanax. This table loves Xanax, hell yeah. Revelation 12:17 says, women shall be the end of time group who come to love and serve and worship God and be faithful to Him and Him only. Afro Man 12:17 says, she won't let me fuck. Baby, I really need to bust the nut. Ooh, Everybody say amen? Hell yeah, I feel like Joel Osteen right now. Fuck yeah. You guys have been amazing. I've been Caleb Lee. Coming up to the stage, your next comic. Give it up for the hilarious Blake Hammond, everybody.
Okay, hey, give it up for Caleb one more time, huh? My favorite part of Caleb's set is when he was like, hey, I told this teenager to kill herself online. And then the next sentence he said was like, is anybody else like me? And you guys were like, fucking no, dude. What the fuck? We're not like you, dude. I'm not going to sing or nothing, so here we go. This happened recently. Someone told me I look like I own a snake, and you laughed too hard at that. Go fuck yourself. But I don't know if you've had a one-sentence intervention before, but that shit changed my life. When I found out I look like I own a snake, I became a different person, dog. Like, I stopped eating dinner at the gas station. I got my GED. I sold my snake. Like, all right, yeah, I'll take some claps over there. That's right. That's right, bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, the thing I want to talk about. Here we go. I met a witch and her husband recently. Pretty weird. That just goes to show that, like, women can do anything. And there will still be, like, one guy who's like, yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me. I guess I'll fuck a witch. I didn't know that about myself. Dude, do you realize the hell I would catch if I came home to my wife? I have a wife, by the way. Sorry, whores, but I have a wife. No, do you realize the fucking shit I would get if I came home to my wife and told her I was a fictional thing? I fucking walk in the door and I'm like, hey, baby, I'm a vampire. She'd be like, yeah, you dress like you can't see yourself in the mirror, so, sure. That's pretty funny. It's the first time I told the joke, so it's not bad. I thought it'd be scarier meeting a witch. You always hear about the horror stories. You know what I mean? Like, they fucking fatten you up and stick you in an oven. And I'm already fat. I'm like oven ready, so I was a little scared, you know what I mean? But it turns out a witch now is just like a goth lady that like worships trees, you know what I mean? They're just like spooky fucking hippies. Like, that's all they are. It's not a scary thing. And plus, even if they were a real witch, what the fuck are they gonna do to me? You know what I mean? Some witch is like, ooh, I poisoned an apple. It's like, good luck getting me to eat it. Yeah. You better have some poisoned peanut butter, bitch. You're not gonna get me. All right, that's funny. We're keeping that. That's good. That's good. First time I told it. We'll take out the goth thing. You guys hated that. Don't clap! I only have 5 minutes. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time for applause breaks. I have to fucking do my jokes. Okay. So here's the other thing I want to work on, and boy, this is a risk. But you guys ever have a friend that just like tells you a fact that could never possibly fucking matter ever? Like my buddy's super into history, and the other day he was like, "Hey Blake, did you know that the swastika used to be a peace symbol?" And I was like, "Hey man, did you know that I used to be skinny?" Who gives a fuck? Nobody looks at me or a swastika now and thinks about our beautiful past. They're thinking about our pretty disgusting present. I will say this though, if you guys ever run into a Nazi, it would be pretty funny. If you run into a guy with like a swastika tattoo and you see him and you're like, oh, Hinduism, huh? You must have shaved your head because you want to be a monk. Okay, you guys hated that. See, I knew it was a risk. I knew it was a risk. I could cut it off with the other thing. You guys liked the beautiful past. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, that's it for me, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Bye. That's fun. You guys are a good audience. This next guy's very funny. Give it up for Nathan Harriman, everybody!
Did you guys see that Toby Keith died yesterday? Yeah. Did you also see he was on Epstein's flight list? I shouldn't have touched little boys. There's some things that sound bad to say on a first date that would sound good after you've been with someone for about a year. Things like, I love how young you look. You look like you're getting close to your target weight. And I'm gonna get you drunk tonight. I've been on a few Tinder dates recently, and for those of you who don't know, Tinder's an online dating app. And the cool thing about Tinder is it'll let you verify that you actually look like your pictures. So you upload all your photos, and then you do a 3D face scan, you upload it to Tinder, Tinder reviews it, says, yep, looks like the pictures. So then people know that you actually look the way you look in your pictures. And with some of these girls, it's like, I don't really need to be convinced that you look like that. And if you think I'm fat shaming in that joke, then you're the fat shamer because I never said they were fat. It's like Dollar General. You've never heard them advertising low prices at Dollar General. I also never said they were fat. But I found that I'm pretty bad at small talk at dates and at parties. I live a pretty straight up and down life. I work a 9 to 5. Most of my hobbies have to do with self-improvement. So I'll be at a party and I'll hear someone say something like, yeah, this one time we were wasted down in Mexico and we got arrested for public urination, but it's okay because we bribed the cops and they let us go. And then there I am like, I'm thinking of changing up my supplements. Just don't think I'm getting enough B12 these days. But that joke makes me sound like a pussy and I'm not. That was a transition, that was not a punchline. All right, feels so good. Actually, okay, here we go. I used to work in the second most deadliest industry in the world, commercial fishing out of Alaska. It was a pretty wild job. This one time I was holding this rope in place and there was an insane amount of tension in this rope. And my captain comes over and he says, be careful, if that rope snaps, it's gonna fly back, cut you in half and kill you. And I look at him and I say, how do I be careful? I'm standing here holding it in place, I can't move. And he looks at me and he says, you can't, I'm just letting you know. But Alaska is a pretty wild place. A lot of people think it's cool, they think it's neat. I used to live up there. I don't think it's neat. The winters are about 9 months long. The sun doesn't come up for the entire winter. So you could get pregnant, have a baby, and never see the sun come up. or just get pregnant, have the abortion, and see the sun come up 9 months later. Not your sun, you know what I'm saying, the sun in the sky. Anyway, but Alaska is a wild place. Fun fact, it has the highest amount of death by bears than any other state in the country. Another fun fact, it also has the highest rate of rape than any other state in the country. So amidst the beauty, the breathtaking views, the grand, majestic scenery, you have the highest odds of getting eaten and or raped than in any other state in the country. Oh, bald eagle. The rapist and bears actually hunt in pairs. It's a unique symbiotic relationship that they've built after a matter of years in which the rapist will come in first, weaken the victim, and then the bear will come in and finish the job. And there's nothing saying the bear won't fuck you, but at that point, what does it matter? I had a conversation with an old girlfriend about body counts. We talked about how many people we had been with. At the time, I'd been with 5, she had been with 10. And that conversation really bugged me, but it wasn't because she had been with 10 guys or that she'd been with more people than me. It just really bugged me, and after a while I realized it all came down to the wording that she used. She says, I fucked 10 guys, which is incorrect. In the King's English, you got fucked by 10 guys. You want to talk about 9/11 and be like, yeah, those towers really fucked up those planes, huh? No, the same way she got fucked by those guys. So like, yeah, we messed up the terrorist plan by putting that giant obstacle in their way that they flew directly into and then exploded inside of. We got fucked on that one. Just ask the families. But that's my time. Thank you guys. Our next comic, the very, very funny Aaron Majeski. Give it up for Aaron Majeski. Here we go. There we go.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? My name's Aaron Majeski, and I'm a second-generation Pollock from Columbus, Ohio. Very proud of that. And yeah, I do come by comedy, honestly. Just gotta meet my father, and you'll find out. But I have a question for everybody in the audience. What do you think is the most overrated thing in American society? Nobody's gonna take a stab at that one? Nobody?
Freedom.
Nobody else? No, I'm gonna say something from personal experience, and because I attain this attribute. It's big titties. Fun bags. These are torture bags. Boob sweat is real. Back pain is real. Why would anybody want this? You might as well strap 2 cantaloupes to your chest and contain them within a binding type formation. I don't understand. When you can go to Walmart, A's, B's, C's, maybe even a D, and get a bra for $29.99. Well, I gotta go to Lane Bryant Cacique or Torrid and get a heavy duty shit, $69.99. What the fuck with that? I see these girls running down the sidewalk exercising. They got their AAA, their little nips. Bing, bing. They're wearing their plunging neckline. They're like, oh, I'm taking a run. Aaron, come with us. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. I found an underwire sports bra. I actually did. And I was like, yes, this might work. So I strapped on my underwire sports bra. Yeah, it took 5 minutes to put on. So what? Don't judge me, okay? I try with these. Anyway, I see them running ahead. They got their plunging necklines on. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm finally running. I'm getting some exercise. They're way ahead of me. I'm like, hold up, itty bitty titty committee. I'll catch up. I want to be part of the itty titty bitty committee so bad. Why is this something that everybody wants in America? I don't get it, America. Somebody let me know. But gifted by the titty fairy? Bitch, it's cursed by the titty fairy. This is no gift. When you gotta spend more on a bra and sweat like a dog, what kind of gift is that? Plus, this attracts all the wrong attention, folks. You think, oh, well, she's got assets. No, motherfucker, these are liabilities. These get you in a lot of bad predicaments. They don't win you nothing. But yeah, after the show, there's gonna be a bucket passed around. I'm taking up a collection for a breast reduction. Please help me out. We're setting up a GoFundMe and everything. I really want this in my life. I want to be part of the itty bitty titty committee. Please. I really want this for my life. So, if anybody sees the GoFundMe on Aaron getting a breast reduction or sees the collection bucket, throw it in. And yes, my name's Aaron Majeski. I got double D's, and don't forget me. You guys did great. We're gonna welcome up the very funny Gran Barnaglow. Yeah. What's up?
What's up? Damn! Had a full titty breakdown up here. What the fuck happened to you? Shut up, bitch. They're not that big. I've seen bigger. I mean, what the fuck? Let me tell you all about having a big ass dick. There's gonna be a bowl get brought around. That's right, bandana. There's gonna be a bowl get. It's okay. Come on. I mean, my God, the boob breakdown was insane. Is it that bad having a big old tit? I'm not talking to you anymore. You did your time. Nobody's sending around a bucket to get titties cut off. Maybe this fucking serial killer, because he wants to smell them, but not because he wants to see you not have fucking big ass wet titties. Okay. God, my girlfriend's a fucking bitch. Listen to this shit. Well, I didn't know at the time. I love her, but God, she's a bitch. I walked around the house. Okay, I'm growing my hair out. Obviously, it's long as hell. And she told me to do it, but then I walked in the room the other day, and I had my hair like this. This is all I did. I walked in and I was like, hey, babe, I'm Cat Williams. You know, because the Cat Williams shit was going around. Yeah, I walked in, I was like, Steve Harvey's trans, or whatever he said. And she was like, you look like fucking William Shakespeare. That destroyed me. That fucking hurt my feelings so bad. Dude, do you know what that's like to get, I'm a comic. I roast motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And she got me so bad, I couldn't take it out on her. I couldn't be like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I couldn't do that to her. So now I gotta walk around the house and be mean to the dog kind of, but you know, I'm not gonna hurt the dog either, but I'm like, you're not drinking water for an hour. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. I'm outside calling birds gay. I'm like, birds gay. You know, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I gotta get her back. I've gotta get her ass back in some fucking way. I gotta get her back. That's not physical. So I walked in the room. I was like, what will destroy a girl, words-wise? That's not like, you know, I'm a guy. I can't walk in and be like, guess who's not getting fucked? She'd be like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You're like, guess who doesn't get fucked? This. She'd be like, fine, finally, that's great. Thank you. Try not fucking me. Awesome. So I'm like, what is gonna destroy her? So she was getting ready for work, and I'm like, I gotta get her back, dude. I'm like ruminating. I'm like in the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck doesn't she like? I can't really talk shit about her dad. That's mean. So I was like, you know what? I got it. So she's getting ready in the bathroom, and the bathroom door was open. And I went, hey, what's up? And she turned around, and I went, oh my God, bad eyebrows. She called off work. Dude, she hasn't texted me in 2 days. She is fucking pissed. But that's what she gets for fucking with the Bard. I love her. She rules. But she wants to, she keeps waking up. She keeps like looking on Instagram and then like putting shit on me. The girls do this kind of shit. She's like, she sees something on Instagram. She's like, we should do this now. Like, she's like, babe, let's go to an antique shop and get stuff for the house. You want to go to the antique shop and get stuff for the house? And I'm like, dude, antique shop? You know what? I've never been to an antique shop. And I went, holy fucking shit. Dude, antique shops are just like a museum for racist people. It's like, what do you want at the antique shop, babe? You know what I mean? A whites only water fountain? What the fuck do you want? You gonna put that in the house? I don't fucking think so. We're not gonna put up a picture of an autographed racist shoe shiner. We don't need that. An antique shop is for people that when their grandparents die, the grandkids are like, ooh, we can't take that to the thrift store. That's what that's for. God damn, Grandpa was a Nazi? What the fuck? Cross your arms. Yeah, it's just, I'm like, let's go to the thrift store like Americans and get a picture of Elvis Presley that smells like a cigarette. That's what we need in the house. All right, I'm done. I gotta go. I got the light. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. God knows I love you. Hi, Rob. Good to see you. You're a beautiful man. Don't ever sit in the front row again. All right, big round of applause. Big energy. Slap those killer hands together. For your next comic, Luke Diamond, everybody.
One day a woman will tell me that. How the fuck are we doing, Cincinnati? God damn. I'm so grateful you all came out. I invited my family. They never came. They don't support my comedy. I had really strict parents. My mom she wanted me to be a priest. My dad really wanted me to be a teacher. Sort of similar in the sense that if you're not good at it, you're probably fucking a kid. But so comedy's cool. We did some more shows. Spreading the good word, the Book of Luke, if you don't mind. I did a show in Indianapolis recently. Took the wrong exit and went through this weird like ghetto neighborhood of like farm animals. Like there were houses and then just a chicken runs out in the middle of the road and I hit it and the owner comes running. I was like, why the hell did you run over my chicken? I'm like, I don't know, man. Why the hell did your chicken cross the road? Yeah, that joke usually kills. It's like a car and a chicken. Just got back from a Big Cock Energy. During the holidays, I went back to Philadelphia. It's where I grew up to visit family. That's always a good reminder as to like why I left. Like they tell me shit I don't ask for. My brother, for example, he says, I lost my virginity on Christmas Eve. Yeah, which is cool, but like that's not what I want to hear when I ask what Christmas is like in prison. And then he just immediately changes the subject. He's like, so what'd you get for Christmas? I was like, fuck it. Okay, he doesn't want to talk about his new sexuality, whatever. I was like, well, actually, I was renovating my bathroom at the time, and I just got this really nice new shower head. He's like, oh, I got shower head too. I'm like, all right, I'm asking, are you gay now? He's like, no, Luke, you don't get it. It's not gay if you're straight. Yeah, he says he only has sex with straight guys. So then I was like, okay, I'm changing this subject. Did you happen to get the loofah I sent you? He's like, now that was gay. I'm like, oh, so on the gay hierarchy, it's loofahs and exfoliating your skin, dicks in your mouth. I was like, I got it from the not gay if you're straight aisle. But I got him that because I told him I was worried about him dropping the soap. And he was like, Luke, that's such a common misconception about prison. You don't just drop the soap. He knows. We smack it out of your hand. Who the fuck is we? He's like, my cellie and I. I'm like, cellie? That's fucking gay. Like, I don't care if he's gay. I care that he's a big dumb dipshit. So while I was back in Philly, I went to the art museum. Anyone here seen Rocky? Yeah, you know that scene where he's running up those stairs being chased by a bunch of children like it's a Michael Jackson wet dreams? Yeah, so I was there. And I held the door open for the guy behind me, and in Philly, that's like a challenge. That was an insult. I was telling him, you're a bitch, you can't even open your own door. So he tries pushing me, and then I pushed him down those stairs. And like, I've seen Star Wars, so I felt like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was like, it's over, bitch, I have the high ground. Yeah, and I knew I won because immediately he was like way down at the bottom trying to get up, and I was up top, like right next to his wheelchair. Since then, I've been trying to work out more. My doctor told me that if you lose 30 pounds, you gain an inch in your penis. I was like, oh, fuck, yeah. Well, you didn't tell me what you got to lose about 120 pounds to notice. I feel like I finally have that physique where you see me in like jeans and a t-shirt, and you're like, oh, yeah, I could see him working out. It's not all great once. And then you see me without a shirt, and you're like, I could tell that this guy likes Hot Pockets. I was working at the gym the other day, just got done. Sitting there in the locker room, and this old guy gets right next to me. Stereotypical old guy at the gym locker room, just takes his towel off and gets naked. Then I turn around to move, and I sneezed right on his ass. And he was in shock, like he's never had a booty booger before. And he's like, I don't swing that way, faggot. I was like, hey man, it's not gay if we're straight. Anyways, I'm Luke Diamond, that's my time. Please welcome up. Let's keep it going, keep it going. We got Gavin Farkle coming up next. Gavin Farkle.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So these targeted ads are getting pretty crazy, right? Like, I can't go on Hulu for 5 minutes without seeing a hot single MILF in your area ad. Yeah, so I caved. Yeah, I started watching The Golden Bachelor. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's just The Bachelor with these hot old ladies, right? I was like really excited for The Golden Bachelor to get in the fantasy suite. Like, I was hoping it would be sponsored by Viagra this year. You know, he needs help getting it up. But it's okay. They're all 60-plus-year-olds, so he can come inside of them. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watched The Golden Wedding last month, but I'm really excited for the follow-up, you know, The Golden Shower. But if they're just going to replace the contestants at game shows with old people, I've got way better ideas than The Bachelor. Like, I think they should do a 60-plus-year-old version of Wipeout. You know, maybe get Mitch McConnell on there, see how long it takes him to freeze up. Or they could do Joe Biden and Donald Trump celebrity boxing. Winner gets to be president this year. I'd watch that. Or they could put them on everybody's favorite game show. Are you more racist than a fifth grader? Yeah, I don't really care what game show they put these old people on. As long as they stop running for senator, I'd be pretty happy. Yeah. So you guys can call me a feminist if you want, but I don't think it should be illegal for women to be topless in public. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but there's like a couple ways around it, and none of them are good, right? Like those like nipple pasties, those stickers for your nipples. Like, I don't know anybody that's just turned on by seeing a nipple, right? Like, is there any boob guy here that's like, yeah, I'm a boob guy, but just the tip? But yeah, those nipple pasties, they're crazy. That's like if it was legal for me to walk around without any pants as long as I covered the head of my penis. Yeah, I do think it would be pretty crazy if you're like walking down the street and some guy's coming at you and he's just got like a nipple tassel on the head of his dick. So anyways, I've been going to the sperm bank a lot recently. Yeah, really trying to show off my nipple tassel. But it's like the quickest way I know how to make money. I'm in and out in like 4 minutes. It's $30 a sample. So if you do the math, that's literally $450 an hour. That's awesome. And I know what you guys are thinking. 4 minutes, that's it? Well, last time I was there, the dude at the front desk, he hands me my cup, looks me dead in the eyes, and he says, I want you to come for me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You can't do that. But I did realize the next time I went back, if I was nice to him, he'd also spit on me. I just love the extra effort from our essential workers, okay? Yeah, like you guys know what the ick is, right? Like when a girl notices one undesirable trait in a guy and she'll never fuck him ever again. Well, dudes have that, but the opposite. Like they'll notice one redeemable trait in a woman and they'll overlook all the bad ones. Yeah, I just call that being super horny. Like I got this one buddy, he fucked the most deplorable woman I've ever met in my whole entire life just because he's into chicks with tattoos. Yeah, she had a tattoo. Like, she didn't even have tattoos, she had tattoo. Or do you ever get this guy, do you think nipple piercings are hot? Like, do I think nipple piercings are hot? Yeah, on chicks that are already hot. Like a couple pieces of metal in some lady's boobs not really doing a lot to tip the scale. Like, getting nipple piercings isn't gonna automatically turn me into an 8, right? Like all the dudes in here aren't gonna be like, yo, did you see Gavin got nipple piercings? Like, I wouldn't have fucked him 5 minutes ago, but now I'm just not so sure. Believe it or not, I actually went to go get my nipples pierced recently, and this is a sensitive area, so it hurts really bad. So they stopped after one, right? And it was very unfortunate because it was on the gay side. Yeah, and it really sucked for me because after that, every time I went to go fuck a dude, he thought I was gay. All right, guys, I've been Gavin Ferkel. Thank you. Give it up for the next comedian, Chica J. Briard.
Keep it going for Gavin, you guys. Hi. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited to tell you guys I did something really scary recently. I said I love you for the first time, which can be hard, right? If you're like the first one saying it in the relationship, you're like, I don't know if they're gonna say it back. And luckily my parents said it back, so that felt good. I actually live with them now. I moved in with them. And it's interesting, right? We have our moments of tension, we fight sometimes, but there's this saying that I try to remember, right? It's like, treat your parents with kindness, you know, it's their first time living life too. But I look at my parents, I'm like, you guys are Indian, you've been reincarnated like 7 times. You should have this shit figured out by now. No, I'm happy to be back in Ohio. I always thought growing up I would live in like New York City or Los Angeles, and I have friends tell me all the time, like, what are you still doing in Ohio? And I always defend it, right? Like, I grew up here, I like it. I'm like, you know what, you guys, I like it here because I'm ethnic, and so I stand out. And and I love attention. I was a server for a bit when I lived in Indiana, and people would stop me all the time. White people love to play the game where they like figure you out, you know? They'd be like, excuse me, miss, you have such an interesting look. I love your complexion. Where'd you get it? What was your name again? Rashika. Wow, that is so exotic. Where's that from? I'd be like, oh, I'm Indian. They'd say, Indian, wow, I've never met an Indian person before. I'd be like, that's crazy, right? Like, you should see a doctor at some point. The healthcare crisis in this country, you guys. Crazy. I was seeing a therapist for a bit. Not anymore, I'm perfect now. No, she actually had to stop seeing me. It was like a, it's not me, it's you situation. It's not you, it's me situation. But she had to stop seeing me. She apologized, like, Rashika, I'm so sorry, I've been missing out on some sessions, you know. I went on this camping trip, I got bit by a spider. I'm in the hospital right now, my foot is paralyzed. The doctors don't know if I'll ever walk again. But more importantly, how are you, you know? This was in a therapy session, and I was like, oh, I'm good, Shannon. I still get a little nervous before posting on Instagram sometimes. She was like, oh, you know what? Actually, we misdiagnosed you. You're not depressed. You're just annoying. And there's no cure for that. Just stand-up comedy. So. Let's see. I think things are really hard for white people right now. It's okay, I can say it. I have a lot of white friends. The one big complaint you sometimes hear is, those people, black and brown people, those people are taking over the country. White people are being erased. And I don't know if I agree with that, but then sometimes I look at college brochures. I'm like, wow, white people are really being erased, you guys. I do think we've come a long way with representation, though. Like, you look at the Barbie movies, you look at the Disney princesses, right? Like, there's people of all backgrounds, all colors, and it's nice. Like, growing up, I didn't have that. I didn't have, like, a Barbie that looked like me, which is fine. I don't think it really affected me. But it did affect me in one weird way, because, like, now, when I hang out with my blonde friends, I just have this urge, like, can I brush your hair? I ask my one friend Sarah all the time. She never lets me, though. I'm hanging out with her tonight. Maybe I'll ask her out. We'll see. Does anyone have any scissors I can borrow? You see, everyone's obsessed with the Taylor Travis stuff, right? I'm sorry, I have to talk about it. I'm a girl. It's my right as a woman on the stage to talk about the greatest rom-com of all time. No, I do think it's funny how people get so upset about it, right? Like, those people on Facebook that just, it's like rage diarrhea. They just put everything out. They're posting 10 times a day. She was like, I'm so upset about Taylor and Travis. Like, that's my time, so I'm not gonna finish. So I'm so sorry. Bye. Give it up for your next performer. We're not done with the show yet. Jeremy Dunn.
Give it up for her. She did pretty good. That was my first time seeing her. I like her. Thank y'all. How's everybody doing tonight? Enjoying the show so far? Yeah. There's been a lot of good comics out here. A lot of good comics. Anyone out here dating or married? Yeah. Woo! I can't see you back there. Who said woo over here? Oh, so nobody said woo over here. That was just a ghost woo. Catherine, woo! Okay. Just trying to scare somebody. You two dating? Engaged? Congratulations. How long y'all been engaged?
A year and 2 months.
Boy, both of y'all didn't really know the answer to that question. A year. Let's see. He proposed this day. That was about this. A year and 2 months. Sounds about right. He just agreed with it. He was a smart man about that. I've been married for four good years. Oh, don't clap. I'm ready to go back to my mama's house. That's for getting on my nerves. It was just this past September. I can't say that I'm not having a midlife crisis without having a midlife crisis right now. And when you're in the mid-30s, that's no longer, it's no longer experimenting. That is Russian roulette with your life. So I had, with my wife and I, we went out to dinner. I'm looking like, okay, let's go ahead. I want to spice up our sex life a little bit after dinner. So I went and tried a sex pill. Anyone ever tried Cialis or Viagra? So all y'all batting 1,000 right now. I'm the only person up here that took a sex pill. Look at this shit here. I tell you what. Come on, man. I know you gotta be. You need a little help or something. No? Y'all do know. If y'all lie, y'all think it gets smaller, right? Some of you white guys, I'm sorry, but y'all done went through there already. There's no help with that. But I had tried this sex pill, and this is the last time I would take a sex pill that has an African animal on it. Some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. Y'all ever heard of the rhino? I can't, all y'all batting 1,000, of course you never heard of it. I'm the only idiot up here that took the rhino. I gotta say, this is an African pill that I should leave to the Mandingos over in Africa. Can't do it no more. I should have asked the person that sold me this pill what was the side effects, because I just took it and I'm thinking like, all right, it just lasts for however long I needed to. We was looking for about 3 to 4 hours. It ain't worked out like that, I can tell you that much. I called up there, I was like, yo, it's still going on, and does this thing ever slow down? Well, since it's called the rhino, it doesn't slow down. She told me this thing lasts for 72 hours. I got an American wife, so she ain't gonna let me hit for no 72 hours. That's why I call it the Mandingo pill. They got more than one wife. They can knock one off, bam, go to the next. They in the next hut. Knock another one off, bam, go to the next hut. Knock that third wife off, bam, go to her house. So when they said 72 hours, I'm thinking, yeah, ain't no way this is gonna wear off no time soon. Do you know how awkward it is when you just pop in a random boner in public places? I'm a delivery driver. You know how many sexual harassment calls I done got put on me without even talking to nobody? I deliver to daycare sometimes. So when you got kids, just... Do I get one of those? Like, it ain't right. It ain't right. So yeah, when it's called a 24K rhino. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the monkey one next time. Because if y'all ever seen those reels, monkey dicks ain't that big. You're looking at a good 10 minutes, wham bam, thank you ma'am, we're out of here. That's all I like to share with y'all. I like to give it up to the next comic. He is Jack Harlow's younger brother. He couldn't rap, so he came to do comedy. His name is Drew Purnell.
What's up, guys? All right, guys. So you know when you see someone with like a plastic water bottle that you don't recognize? It's like out of a case of 24, and it's just like an off-brand water bottle. don't you feel kind of bad for that person a little bit? I usually don't enjoy seeing someone with that. I end up feeling pretty sad for them. I feel like they're having a rough time. I feel like their parents are probably divorced. If their parents got divorced and now their mom buys water from CVS. It's sad. No, but what I wanted to talk about tonight is, alright, so in my apartment complex in the hallways, there's like this skinned man that lives there. And he lives there, but he doesn't pay rent, so that's another problem, okay? But there's this skinned man who usually stops me when I get home from work. And he just like, he tells me, he's like, hey, you need to go down to the basement to look for my skin. He says, you can't come back up until you find all my skin. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting home from work at this point. It's crazy. I tell him, I'm like, dude, I just got home from work. The last thing I want to do is look for your skin. I mean, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I have other things to do. Looking for your skin is at the bottom of my to-do list right now, dude. But he makes me look for his skin. But guys, we all have issues. We all have problems. That's just a little issue I'm going through right now. We came out here to have a good time. We don't need to talk about that. It rained a lot last week, right? We got a lot of rain last week. I always thought it was funny when you looked at the weather app and it says like, oh, we're going to get 1 inch of rain. Oh, we're going to get 2 inches of rain. We're going to get half an inch of rain. I'm like, dude, fucking, it rained for 5 hours. That's gallons and gallons of rain. I mean, wake up. Why are we falling for that, guys? First the chemtrails, now this rain bullshit? I didn't want to do, I told myself I wouldn't do this. Okay, so the skinned man. It's weird when I tell people about the skinned man, they get it all twisted up. They think that, like, they're like, oh, Drew, like, you know, that must be really hard to look for his skin, right? I'm like, well, slow down, okay, because looking for his skin necessarily isn't even the hardest part, you know? You know, don't get it twisted. It's you'd think he'd have like 50 to 100 little slabs of skin down there, right? No. So I'll give him this. He only has about 7 to 14 slabs of skin down there, so it's not that bad. Right? Now, he is 7.5 feet tall. So, I mean, I don't care if it's that skin is heavy. And the slabs are large. And they're slippery. So, I mean, and it's in the basement, so, I mean, getting them together is one thing, but then carrying up the stairs, my back is killing me. They're slipping all over the place. But I get it done, usually. I don't know. But I'd say the hardest part about finding the skin man's skin in my basement is, like, the fact that it's so cold and dark and scary down there. I'm thinking about it right now. And he's at the top of the stairs screaming at you, find my skin, find my skin, find my skin. I'm like, dude, I'm trying. I can't find your skin if you're screaming at me. It's like, okay, so you know when you're trying to go to bed and you're so stressed about going to bed that you can't go to bed? I get this feeling about 3 to 4 times a week with the skin. But guys, like I said, we're all going through stuff. That's just something I'm going through when we all go home to our apartments tonight. I'll be driving home to my apartment, and that's what I'm driving home to. You can check up on me after the show. If not, it's all cool. But thank you guys. Now, please, give it up for one of my favorites, John Lewis.
And everybody give it up for Andrew, the real-life inspiration for the Saw movies. Just to announce, Dahmer 2 will be filmed right here in Montgomery. Okay, Right now, how many of you have ever heard of a sword swallower? No, I don't do that. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that let me get it out right here, swallow a candle. I'm going to swallow this candle. Watch carefully. And do not try this at home. I'm a trained professional, and these trick fold-up candles are hard. I thought I'd get more laughs than that. This is not a good crowd. People over here look like they want me to read from the Book of Mormon. And over here, they're threatening to revoke my parole. But that's okay, because I have canned laughter. Canned laughter, yeah. No, that's the oldest trick in the book. See, I even have it right here. The book. You just open it up and... If you don't laugh, you're fired. Yeah, I got this from a Great White concert, but no. But I always write down any joke I think of. I have a bunch of markers, but I only use the black one. You know why? Because once you go black, you never go back. That only applies to markers. I'm not cool enough for anything else. The culinary equivalent of dating me would be eating a can of Crisco. I'm not doing well as a comic. In fact, I Googled how to make money as a comic. How to make money as a comic, and it came back, do you mean homeless and unemployed? I tried being a mind reader. I'm a great mind reader. I'm half psychic, half telepath. I'm a psychopath. Watch this. You, sir, what's your name?
Rob.
Yes, that's correct. I tried having a certain activity. It was a total immersion version of Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't a game. We'd just take you to Price Hill and leave you there. I created this. This is Perforation H. Yes, it's for contortionists with hemorrhoids. With Perforation H, you can kiss those hemorrhoids goodbye. And let's see. Oh, here's another thing I did. I am going to do a magic trick. Would you like to see a magic trick? Thank you for that thunderous burst of indifference. Do you want to see a magic trick? We need a volunteer. Preferably a man age 45 and over. Yes. We're going to do a ventriloquist act. No, I am. You guys want to see a nice magic trick? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have a Rubik's Cube. And I'm going to try to magically solve the Rubik's Cube. But for this, I need a little help. I need the help of the magic powder. Watch, I just sprinkle the magic powder on the Rubik's Cube. Throw the Rubik's Cube in the air, and it's still mixed up. But heck, I don't care anymore. No, I am here to talk to you about the magic power of laughter. What we do here at Go Bananas and what you're here for. Because it's true, folks. In our lives, we often get mixed up. We often don't know which way is up, which way to turn. But if you laugh at yourself, if you laugh at others, if you have a good time, if you bring a little love and a little cheer, then things can work out in very great ways. Ordinarily, I would say, do you know where old magicians go to die? Right here. But you've actually helped me have a good time. So I am going to disconnect from the main life line, and we're going to bring up our next comic. Actually, he's going to come up himself. I'm way too old to be bringing this to you up yet. But this is Mr. Kyle Schulte. He's from Lexington or Louisville. Either way, this is the first time here at Go Bananas. Put your hands
John, one more time for John, everybody, huh? You guys feeling all right? Good, good. Yeah, I'm Kyle Stolte. I'm from somewhere. Man, I'm glad to be here at Go Bananas. It's a happy coincidence because I've been eating a lot of bananas. You guys big banana eaters here in this crowd? I am. Big banana eater, and I was shopping for bananas earlier today. I was shopping for bananas. I tell you right now, bananas not difficult to find. Plentiful these bananas are. Bananas are abundant. Am I right? Am I right? Holy moly, you go to Kroger? Aisles upon aisles, bananas, bananas galore, bananas. You lift up that little curtain beneath the rows of bananas, green bananas, not yet ready to be put out. Bananas go bad in 2 days, so that means every other day another truckload of bananas comes. And that's just one Kroger, down the road, Meijer, Walmart, etc., gas station. Yet more bananas. There is no short, my goodness, I tell you. Let me tell you something. I tell you right now, that tally man really has his work cut out for him. Daylight never come for that guy, am I right? Him never go home. Am I wrong? Just telling it like it is up here, huh? All right, my kind of crowd here. How you? Let me ask you a question. You a circumcised fella there? Man, I used to be circumcised. Is that relatable? I'm just so glad that my mom kept it, you know. Yeah. Less glad that it still fit. Not my kind of crowd. On a different note, I've been pooping a lot lately. You guys, where my poopers at? I don't mean to brag. I buy top shelf toilet paper, you know. Top shelf toilet paper, you know. That's just how I roll. Lately I've been thinking about getting a bidet. You guys know, what a bidet is. I want to get one of these. I want to get a bidet. I want to get a bidet bad. I want to get a bidet. Trouble is, I can't afford a bidet. I don't have the budget for a bidet. A bidet is a little beyond my budget. Don't have the budget for a bidet. Can't afford a bidet, you know, so instead I got a dog. A rescue dog? But who rescued who? Am I right, folks? the poor man's bidet. The rich man's bidet is a poor man. All right, you yuppies. Yeah, man, I've been lonely lately. Is that relatable? I've been wanting to get one of them sex dolls, you know. I can't afford a sex doll, though, you know. Same trouble as the bidet. I can't afford a sex doll. Not a good one, anyway. Does anybody want to go in on one? Hey, you guys were great. Thanks a lot, everybody. All right. Let me bring up your next comedian. Come on up here. A round of applause, please, for Kate Mock Elliott. Come on. Kate, yes.
Hello, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Wow. I am so excited to be up here. Oh, so excited. There's a new humanitarian crisis every 5 minutes. 21 species went extinct just last year, and we are all thinking way too much about bananas and bidets right now. But tonight, I am gonna make you laugh. This was a great idea. So excited. So the world, dumpster fire, right? And I did what any reasonable person would do. I had kids. So you have children, and it kind of makes you look at the world differently, you know? So I really have begun to look at gender roles, you know, these arbitrary gender roles that our society puts on us. And man, the marketing on those, I mean, they really sold us the idea that the male hunter-gatherer, that's the hard work. But I'm sorry, have you spent 8 hours uninterrupted with a child? By the 57th rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, a rabid saber-toothed tiger is vacation. No, but it's the pressure, man. It's the pressure. My family's livelihood depends on me. Okay. My family's livelihood depends on cleaning feces off every surface so we don't get pink eye. Good luck fighting that tiger with a pussy eyeball. Okay. That joke's fun, but it's inauthentic. I'm the parent who goes to the office 9 to 5, and my husband stays home with the kids. But we have 2 girls, and as a feminist, that was so important to me that my daughters see their father at home doing housework, and their mother returning from the office. Honey, I'm home. Pour me a drink, doll. What do you mean dinner's not ready? What do you do all day? Eat bonbons? You'll ruin your girlish figure. That is the equality I dream of. Thank you. Speaking of daughters and females, we got ladies out there. Where my ladies at? Yeah! Where my titties at? Titties! Where are they at, really? Where are they? 37 years old, I'm still waiting for them to grow in. As a teenager, we had this book called What's Happening to My Body? And it showed the 5 stages of breast development. You are looking at stage 2. And, you know, bras never fit. I mean, we heard about that earlier, how awful bras are. But let me tell you, the idea that cup sizes, right, that all the spectrum of bodies can fit into one kitchen item is absurd, right? I say we need more kitchen appliances. Some people need a punch bowl. Some a gravy boat. A cutting board. And my friends try to build up my confidence, you know? They're like, no, they talk about bras like they're illicit drugs. No, man, you just haven't found the good shit yet. Let me hook you up with my chick at Soma, she'll get you fitted. I'm like, so I go to this lingerie dealer, and I show her my current fix. And she's like, oh, you see that gappage? That means it's too big. Ma'am, this is an A cup. Which is when I found out there's a double A. I called my mother in a panic. You said I would never regret straight A's. So my friends keep trying, right? They're like, no, it's get pregnant. You just have some kids, then your boobs will come in. So I had 2 kids. Not just for the boobs, but they were supposed to be a perk. Gain some weight, they say. You're too skinny, gain weight, then you'll have boobs. So I tested that hypothesis, put on 10 pounds last year. It did not go to my boobs! But I have to admit, as we heard earlier, on the spectrum of sizes, I'm on the more comfortable side, right? No back pain, no boob sweat even. But I feel like I'm missing key life experiences. Like, I know people that can go out for the night and pack their wallet and their phone in their cleavage. I threw myself a party last summer when I figured out I could carry 1 credit card. I know people who can bring a mini bar, and all I can do is the key card to the hotel with the overpriced mini bar. And like, I've never had to remind a guy where my eyes are. On the contrary, I've had to help. Like, no, lower. That's my clavicle. To the left. That's a zit. Thank you very much. Okay, Mike Elliott. And keep it going for your next comic. He's fantastic, but hold on to your hats, because shit's gonna get real. It is Chris Seymour!
Hey, what's up, everyone? One more time for Kate. Please make some noise for Kate, won't you? I'm Chris. I got a girlfriend. I love her. You can tell she dresses me. I think you guys can tell that, right? I dress like I look like a stepdad, but a dapper stepdad. If I'm left to my own devices, I dress like a guy that jerks off into the mirror. Do you understand what I'm saying there? This is for me and only for me. My girlfriend, she's prescribed 60 milligrams of Adderall a day. That's a lot of goddamn Adderall, friends. That is a horse's dose of Adderall right there, okay? That's the reason Mr. Ed spoke human words. Do you understand what I'm saying there? Just 60 milligrams in a sugar cube, just Wilbur. Gets that fucking hoof going. She got a sharp wit, and she's funny. A lot of times she uses that power for good. Like last year, I bought myself a motorcycle. I got myself a Harley Davidson last year, and that was a big day for me. It was also the first day of WrestleMania, so oh, fuck yeah. Yeah! So I bought this bike, and I went home, and I started watching wrestling, and I got high as the giraffe's ass. And I couldn't, when you get a bike, get a cool car, something like that, you gotta name it. Okay, I couldn't come up with anything because I was having too much fun. Baby, gotta name this motorcycle. It's gotta somewhat represent me. It's gotta be funny, right? Can't come up with anything because I'm too high in here. And from the kitchen, she didn't skip a beat. She goes, how about Harley Weinstein? Yeah, how about Harley Weinstein? I'm not going to come up with anything funnier than that shit. That's funny. But a lot of times she uses that power for bad. I'll give you an example. You guys can kind of see up front. I got gap teeth. My teeth are all spread out like sleeper cells in the hills of the Afghan mountains. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I smile, it sounds like wind chimes. You know what I mean? Like the front two, more space between my front 2 teeth than the age gap between Leonardo DiCaprio and any of his partners. There's a lot of room. Oh, Leo fans in the back. Jesus Christ. Pack it in, you fucking tards. I should have said that. I just moved in with my girlfriend not too long ago, and one of the things you gotta do is do the marriage of assets, right? What if my stuff is gonna come to the house? Most of my shit's going back to the dumpster I found it at. But she was looking at water picks the other day online. You guys know what the water pick is? Like a pressure washer for your teeth, right? And I said, baby, don't worry about the water pick. Daddy's got a water pick. I'm bringing a water pick to the house. And she didn't skip a beat. She goes, why the fuck do you have a water pick? What do you got stuck in there, a Dodge Neon? Jesus Christ, Chris. We got a garden hose here at the house already. Maybe tomorrow before you leave the house, just smile big and pretty into the shower head. I think you'll get the same end results. Mean-spirited shit. The other day we were watching TV, some guy was on the TV, he looked cool as hell. He had the frosted tips. You guys remember frosted tips for the boys? Yeah, that's a fucking look. I liked it. I thought it looked good on this guy. He was a Korean guy. It looked a lot better on him than any white boy I ever saw. I said, baby, I got half a mind to get me some frosted tips. And she said, contact the other half of that mind and squash that shit out immediately. No goddamn way. Not in this house. What are you gonna do about that fucking bald spot on your crown back there, big boy? Jesus, it's gonna look like a glazed donut from the back. It's not a good look. No. The summer after my freshman year of high school, I went on a cruise to the Bahamas with my junior high choir director, and I haven't convinced my girlfriend yet that I was not molested on that trip. I told her that it was like just a passing thing, like, oh, we were talking about going to the Bahamas. Like, oh, I actually went to the Bahamas with my junior high choir director. And she goes, oh, that's crazy, man. Your whole choir went on a trip to the Bahamas together? That's cool. I said, that's not what I said. She said, man, on a teacher's salary, he was able to get you your own room on a cruise ship? Didn't say that either. We shared a room. She said, Jesus Christ, Chris, he was grooming you. He was trying to fuck you. I said, that's silly talk. He's a straight man. He had a subscription to Playboy. He used to bring me Playboy magazines. Yeah, that didn't do me the favors I thought it might. Turns out that is a felony. That is distribution of pornography to a minor. And then I thought, like I said, nothing happened. You know what I mean? And then I did remember, well, he did have like a foreign exchange student every year from then on, as long as I knew him. And there's always kids from Germany, like, European kids. They're fucking in shape, you know what I mean? They're svelte. And then I told my girlfriend that. She goes, oh, I understand. Let me ask you this. When you took your shirt off to get in the pool, did you hear him go, ugh? Can't believe I waited to paradise on this fat ass kid. All right, thanks a lot, guys. That's going to do it for me. We got some more show for you. Put your hands together for your next comic, John McMullen, everybody.
Hey, keep it going for my stepdad. Yeah. Doing a good job. Well, hey, hope everybody's having a good night. I've been sitting in the back, having a good time watching all of you have a good time. So good to see you. So my name is John. I am 28. It's my first time doing this. Even though I am bald and I dress like a virgin, I have been married for 5 years. So we have 2 kids actually, celebrating our 5th anniversary this year. And looks like we've been having a good time. So recently, my wife and I, we were out at Half Price Books. We familiar with Half Price Books? Bookstore. Just mildly familiar with Half Price Books on this side. Okay, sounds good. But we were at Half Price Books, and we were shopping around, perusing, when I couldn't help but notice that an older gentleman came into the store. Now, normally I wouldn't pick up on anybody coming into the store. Maybe he was 60, 65, and he was kind of sweaty. But he was dressed in a button-up, slacks, dress shoes, and he ran over immediately to a young lady who was restocking the shelves next to me. He was out of breath. Excuse me. And he wasn't really considerate of the volume of his voice. And he said, do you have any of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition calendars in stock? And she was so kind. She was so sweet. And she said, no, I'm sorry, we don't even carry those in stock. That was the wrong dialogue option. This man, his brain started to go on the fritz. He started talking about, well, why not? And now, I don't know if you've ever worked in retail, but getting hit with a why not when you don't have something in stock. I'm not sure if you've seen 2021's Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home. There's a scene in it in which Doctor Strange punches Spider-Man so hard that his soul leaves his body. And in that moment, in that store, with that question, I watched as that poor girl's soul got hurled into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, anyway, apparently I wasn't the only one who noticed that this was going down. He started spitting off about how they're so useful, and maybe you're unfamiliar with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, the calendars here. However, you can keep notes in them, you can keep track of important dates, and he was going on, and this poor girl was starting to wilt. And her manager noticed this as well. She stepped in, and she was built like a Waffle House waitress. So you know things were about to go down. Short, burly, and she was ready to pull you by the hair out to the parking lot for stopping her smoking break. And this was one of those moments. This was definitely one of those moments. He started backpedaling, and long story short, she told him to go kick rocks, and he scuttled off to whatever hole he had crawled out of. And this poor girl who was wilting away, she was practically sobbing, she was shaking. She went off to restock shelves elsewhere. It was one of those moments where you can't believe that people behave themselves this way in public, let alone a store. Anyway, I continue shopping, just kind of in shock and awe of this whole situation, and I actually bump into this gal a little bit later, and she notices that I'm working, and you could just tell this whole interaction just took it out of her. She was just tired, just draining, those kinds of things. But she saw me looking at the shelves, and she said, "Excuse me, sir, is there anything I can help you find?" Oh yeah. I was cool. We're laughing about it now, but I was cool. I said, "Yeah, it's funny you ask. Do you have any of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition calendars in stock?" Well, folks, that's all I had for you tonight. My name is John. Thanks for giving me the time. Thank you so much. Give it up for your next comic. The wonderful, the hilarious Shane Bossy. Give it up.
All right, it's Sean, but we can be Shane tonight. And in some small circles, I'm even known as Saucy Sean Bossy, some very small circles. I think I get that sauciness from my grandmother. She was the sweetest woman, and I remember one time when I was a little boy, I was riding around with her in her car, and we got to a red light, and I looked over, and Grandma was just completely out at the red light. I didn't know what to do, and so here's my impression of Grandma after she was awoken from her slumber by the gentleman behind us. Beep, beep. Ah, fuck you! She was sweet until you pissed her off. She had some other good lines like, "Ah, horseshit! Ah, malarkey!" And my favorite, "What else, you?" She became like some kind of Irish pirate, and I don't know. I remember one time I got out of the bath, and Grandma was helping me dry off because I was just a really little boy. And she said, "Why is wee all red?" And that's what she called my dingle dong. It was wee, which I guess that's short for wee wee. I said, Beasters waddle by the time I was done discovering all the fun tricks we and I could do in the bathtub. So I've noticed lately that the bottom of shoes have become so complicated lately. Like the ones I'm wearing now, they have this pattern. It's like little vaginas inside of diamonds. But like if it was designed by M.C. Escher, like it's like this incredible work of art. And you never notice the bottom of your shoes and how much work they put into it until one day you step in a big old pile of dog shit. So now when I go shop for shoes, I look at the bottoms and I just think, how long is it gonna take me to scrape the little bits of shit out of these vagina diamonds? Okay? I'm like a shoe poo archaeologist. My wife walks in, I'm using her art supply, she's like, "What are you doing with my stuff?" I'm like, "I'm excavating here!" Has anyone seen the new Godzilla -1 movie? Well, I told my wife that I knew it was gonna be good because like the original from the 50s, it was all in Japanese, all Japanese cast and with English subtitles, okay? And I guess my daughter overheard us talking because when I asked her if she wanted to go see it, she said, "I don't know, is it just in Tokyo in?" So I didn't know whether to be more proud of the fact that she knows Tokyo is the capital of Japan or for her being such an advanced little racist at her age. We were playing this game called Incoherent the other day. Have you guys played that? Anybody? Okay. Well, it's basically a game where I have to kind of read, it's kind of complicated, where one team shows a card written in gibberish and the other team tries to guess what the actual phrase is. And they were all sexual phrases in this game. So naturally, I pulled the card, Bukake, and I showed it to the other team. So after they finally guessed what it was, a girl that I just met asked me, "What's Bukake?" And I tried my best to sugarcoat it because that's an uncomfortable conversation with a stranger. So I said, "Have you seen the movie Ghostbusters?" "Yes." "Well, imagine if Slimer was made of cum. That's Bukake." When the slime hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Bukkake. I don't know if you guys go to the parks around here, but Eden Park's my favorite. And there was a statue that was actually stolen from Eden Park. I don't know if you know that story. It was your run-of-the-mill gift from Italy. It was a she-wolf, and it was nursing two little baby human boys. They're reaching up and suckling on her teats, okay? And now I'm all pro breastfeeding in public, but I don't want to have to worry about my baby boy approaching a she-wolf in the wild next time he wants a little glass of milk, okay? Like, what are we promoting here? Interspecies suckling? I'm gonna make a statue of a woman nursing two little baby wolf cubs and give it as a gift to Italy and see how they fucking like it. I don't think it was stolen. I think a hero got rid of it. And I think it's in my basement if you want to see it after the show. $5 a head. All right, guys, that's my time. Stick around. There's only a few comics left. Stephen Bayer is next.
One more time for Sean, everybody. Come on, give it up for him. Give it up for him. Guys, how are we feeling tonight? Are we having fun? We're rounding out our tabs. Have we been drinking tonight or what? Yeah? Nice. Nice. Alcoholics. Good job. Nice. This is actually a momentous day for me. I'm actually 6 months sober today. Thank you. Yeah. Yep, I'm 6 months sober from intimacy with women. So, it's been lonely. I've been drinking a lot, you know? Feel like ladies, they're looking for like a rich guy. And to give you guys an idea of my financial situation, for me, looking at my bank account's a lot like looking at my penis. I don't like to do it. And every time I do, it's like, damn, there was more there last time I checked. Fuck. Sorry, babe, this is all I can withdraw right now. My bad. Don't you hate when it gets cold outside and your bank account shrivels up? It's the worst. Well, as I've demonstrated by now, I'm a fucking genius up here, right? Okay. I was editor-in-chief of my high school newspaper. Well, homeschool newspaper, but still, the local news needs to be reported, okay? This just in, Dad's a dick. One time I did ketamine in Israel. But you guys could probably already tell by looking at me, you know? It's just what we all look like. I'm part of this really like a weird like religious sect in my family. We believe that the second coming of Jesus Christ will be triggered by the final earthly battle that will be held in Jerusalem. So when my dad asked if I wanted to go to Israel, I was like, for what? Am I gonna be fighting in the apocalypse? What the fuck? Okay, so I'm in Israel, right? You know, I'm doing ketamine with IDF soldiers, right? We've all done it, right? And I was curious. We were smoking weed, doing ketamine, and I asked one of the IDF soldiers, because I was curious, I'm like, so what is it like, you know, to be an IDF soldier? And he was like, the things that we've seen and the things that we have done will live with us forever. And I was like, cool, dude. I think it's my hit on the bong. Cool story, dude. All right, I think we got out of the Israel material, you know, pretty good. Now we'll do some more family-friendly stuff. Now this next one's for the kids, okay? All right, here we go. I like my girls like my card games. You know what, actually, before I move on, The thing I said about the kids and this one being for the kids, just forget that I said that, okay? Forget that I said that part, and I'm gonna go on with the joke, okay? Okay, here we go. I like my girls like I like my card games. Crazy Eights. You see why it was important, why you forgot the kid part. 8 out of 10, okay? I'm in trouble. God. All right. No, okay, we can save this. I know a lot about kids, not in a weird way. It's not helping. I learned this. You're not supposed to leave blankets in cribs with toddlers because it could lead to them suffocating and dying. Learned that one the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I learned, though, that blankets lead to more deaths a year than even like leaving a gun around the house for toddlers. So in a lot of ways, blankets are more dangerous than guns, right? So, with the winter upon us, I am organizing a gun drive for the homeless. Nothing warms you up in the winter like the warm barrel of a gun, am I right? And you gotta think it's gonna help with the panhandling, right? Spare some change? No, I'm good. I'm not asking. All right, guys, I've been Stephen Bear. Thanks very much. You guys have been awesome. Are we ready for our headliner tonight? All right, give it up for the very funny Gabe Kia.
Give it up for Stephen, everybody. Stephen Bear right there. Come on. And everybody that you've seen tonight. Round of applause for your friends. Yes. Ketamine. Right, let's move on. I did not do dry January. I don't know if anybody did dry January. Anybody out there do dry January? Yeah? Not gonna admit it tonight, no. Kind of sick of it. I hate it. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad. But I think it's kind of dumb. I understand it's like a new year, people trying to be good, but I want to have a month where instead of dry January, we just have all our friends that have been sober for like 6 years. They just drink again, right? We just have like relapse-uary. Come on. Let's watch Jimmy lose his second family. Anybody else want to see that? Yeah. No. Probably not. Probably not. Don't jerk off too. All right. Yeah. You guys. Very on edge. Very on edge. That's good. Whenever you're homeschooled, you either end up, doing ketamine in Israel or working at Chick-fil-A. It's one or the other. Those are your two options if you're homeschooled. I try not to do ketamine. I try not to do the hard drug. I'm doing the medical marijuana. I'm sick. Anybody else sick out there? Right? Ohio had the medical marijuana. I was like, I'm sick as fuck. And then now we're recreational. I'm like, I'm cured. I'm better all of a sudden. This is good. So I've gone from sick to better, but not quite yet because I still got to buy my weed at the medical places. That's what they're trying to figure out. That's what they're trying to figure out here in Ohio. They're trying to, in Columbus, the politicians are trying to find a way where we can get the weed off the black market so people that don't have a medical card can go to the dispensaries and buy the weed. But the problem is we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the dispensaries here in Ohio. If you go to the dispensaries now, the line is already long, right? Imagine if all those recreational people came in there. That's why we gotta start building new dispensaries in Ohio, right? That's what, and we've got all these abandoned malls sitting out there. That's where I say we put them, right there. Right, we get Tri-County, we get Eastgate, we open them back up. Yeah, Sabaro's back, baby. That's right.
We just sell the weed out in the parking lots, like COVID, like the COVID shots they did, but we do it, and we get the people to work it. We get all those kids from Chick-fil-A. That's who we're gonna get. They're good. Yeah, they're just dealing in different nuggets now. That's what they're doing. But you get them outside, you get them in their chastity cones, get them working. Get them giving out the product right there. They're like, your pleasure, your pleasure, your pleasure. Smoke weed, everybody. I smoke weed every day, that's right. I like to smoke weed. I smoke weed a lot. I have a daughter. I have an 8-year-old daughter, but I try to be a good dad. So what I do when I smoke weed, Daddy's got to go fill the bird feeders, right? Oh man, I'm really into bird watching now. I'm out there sometimes 3-4 times a day filling the feeders to the tippity top. Right? Get all the seeds and stems out. Give them the kind seed. That's what I do. Give them the good stuff. But I've been doing this joke for a while. I put a clip up on Instagram, and it's crazy when you put anything on the internet. Like the arguments under the comments under this, like I smoke weed, I fill the bird feeders. People are like, oh my God, my parents used to take out the trash. You know, they like relate to it. Then some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that. You should have your kids taken away. Right? And then other people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're lying to your daughter. It's like two different groups, and I was like, who's right? Nobody! No one's right. It's all right. But it's also not the best thing to put your comedy out on the internet because my daughter's in school. I went to her class. They had a little class party before Christmas, and I was one of the parent helpers that was going in to help, and the teacher sent me a message. She said, hey, before you come in, make sure to not fill the bird feeders. When I was like, hey, I'm not coming in anymore. I was going to eat an edible, but not anything now. No, I'm done. I'm out. But we got a dog. We got one of those puppy. We got a puppy recently. We got him from the shelter. He's new. He's not very used to being in a new house. I don't know if anybody else has a puppy and they poop in the house all the time. Oh my gosh, so much poop. I didn't know that's what dog people are into. I'm like, I like picking up the poop, right? I'm like, I need a plastic bag in between me and the poop, but that's the best part. When you get it in your hand, you're like, oh yeah. Fucking dog person, that's me. Right? I get the lambskin bags, right? I get the real thin ones. Oh, I really want to feel that poop. No, but he's pooping inside. I remember my dad, when I was a kid, my dad did this thing. When our dog pooped inside, he would take the dog's nose and put the dog's nose in the poop to make him not poop again in the future. That was the punishment. He would put his nose in the poop, and then the dog wouldn't poop anymore, which is kind of scary. I was telling my dog's therapist about this the other day, right? Yeah, and that's what I call our vet ever since he tried to sell me antidepressants for my dog. Does anybody else have this vet that's like, oh yeah, I know, we need them, and now they need them too. We need a little puppy Prozac, right? Make them feel better. Not feel bad when you leave them alone. That's what my vet was trying to sell me antidepressants for my dog. I was like, hey doc, last time we had our last dog on those things, and he ended up killing himself. Yeah, my vet was like, well, that is one of the side effects, so you gotta be careful. It's a joke about dogs, everybody, right there. That's a joke about dogs. We take our dog to this Summit Park. I don't know if you know where. It's in Blue Ash. Yeah, they have a nice dog park out there. It's a park that used to be an airport. They refurbished it, made it into a park, but they still have the air tower in the middle of the park. And I take my daughter there, we take our dog there, we take the family there. It's great. But what happened is in this park, this air tower, the air control tower, now it's a viewing spot, so you can go up and you can see for miles around. But what was happening is people were going up in the tower and jumping off in the middle of the park, committing suicide, and just like families are traumatized by this. So they actually shut the tower down. The people were harming themselves so much. And I remember, I
I didn't even think about this until my daughter said something about it. We were going to the park with one of her friends, one of her 8-year-old friends, and she was with her friend, and she goes, "You see that tower over there? Yeah, they had to close it down because people were jumping off of it." And her friend said, "Why were they doing that?" And my daughter said to her, "Probably because someone dared them." I was like, "Holy shit, you are not allowed to play truth or dare, young lady. That's for sure. It's truth every time. I am scared of dares with you." But it's amazing that that's what my daughter couldn't even process, that suicide even happened. She's only 8 years old. She doesn't even know that. But it's also crazy that they closed the tower down. Like, through the government had to regulate something because it was harming us, right? They're like, "Oh my gosh, this is harming people. We got to shut it down." So they're actually, if you read about it, they're going to tear it down. They're tearing down the air tower, and they're going to make it into a 1-story gun shop right there. So, yeah. So you just buy it right there. Take care of it in the parking lot. Easy cleanup. That's right. It's a one-stop gun shop. Boom, boom. Is that, no, that's not the end of that joke. Okay. Need a little bit more help? A little more help with that? I like going into the store. Sports Clips. You guys know Sports Clips? Yeah. I walk in there with this haircut, and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" I'm like, "No, I'm good on the clips, but let's talk about that game, huh?" Yeah. I have a crippling gambling addiction. Lakers money line? What do you think, huh? He's like, "Too volatile. Too volatile." I got one laugh on that. Someone else is addicted to gambling. All right. Otherwise, I am cashing out on that joke right now. I am cashing out. I'm not on any of the dating apps. People have talked about them a little bit. But it's interesting. I think there's so many specific dating apps now. I don't know if you've seen that there's Christian dating apps. So Christians can meet other. Upward is one of the ones. There's Christian Tingle. I don't know if have you seen that one? Yeah. Well, that's not the Holy Spirit inside you. No, that's a finger. Welcome to Christian Tingle. What about Christian Grindr? Have you seen this? Yeah, you can get it right there on your phone. It's called LinkedIn. Oh. We're coming up on election time. I'm actually glad that we're coming to this next election. So there's been seven times in the U.S. history that the presidents have gone up again in a rematch. Right? And this is one of the 7 times. It's been a while. It's been like Richard Nixon, Grover Cleveland. That's how long it's been. But now we're going to have a rematch. And I am excited because now we don't have to fucking deal with any of this election bullshit, right? You're like, debates? What? Rallies? Mm-hmm. Signs in your yards? Go fuck yourself. Everybody's already decided, right? We know what we're doing. Let's just, everybody go in your basement till November. And that's what we're going to have, a basement election. Everybody goes in their basements, don't spend any money on the bullshit, and just vote on November, and we'll see how it goes. That's how it should be, right? No, but the media is going to be like, "Oh, it's kind of close." It's not. No, it is very not. But I also work at a restaurant, so it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if anybody else works in the service industry. When you work in the service industry, especially during election time or anything political, it's like kind of hard. Because when you're serving people, they're your boss, right? That's like, they're tipping you at the end of the meal. You can't be like, "Well, I think Donald Trump's full of bullshit," and still get paid. No, they're like, "I'm tipping this guy 45 cents. Yeah. But it's kind of weird. I work at a really weird restaurant. It's like kind of like, it's called America First Watch. I don't know if you guys heard of this place? Yeah, it's very right wing. There's an egg whites only omelet that that's usually our. We got the Storm the Capitol crepes. You can get those too. The Poisoning Our Blood breakfast burrito. That's one of my favorites. All right, we're in Montgomery. Yes, don't worry, Herbert Hoover's got a good chance, I think. He's got a good chance, but don't read. Books are for burning. My set list just says, you're in too deep. You're fucked now. No, it's all right. We're all here to have a good time, right? Have some fun. Yeah. You guys go to college? Go to school? No one responds again. This is the crowd that's like, don't say any of these motherfuckers, they're gonna get you. I saw what William Shakespeare did. No, it's all right. I went to this school. It's called Porn University. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, did not do well. I finished early, which is not. Oh, I want to cry after saying that one. That's all right. We won't end there. That's when a comedian utterly fails. And then he's like, okay, hey, how about another little silly? Yep, that's me right now, everybody. That's about it. Woo! My wife, she's from Cincinnati. I'm not from Cincinnati. I didn't know much about Cincinnati when I moved here, but I knew she's from a very nice part she's from Indian Hill. So, yeah, I don't know if you know what that means. No blowjobs. She's never had a job in her life. She's not starting with that one. But I tried. But it's different in Cincinnati because I dated this girl before her, and she was from the West Side, so yeah, she had a dick in her mouth when I met her. That joke is not about blowjobs, everybody. That joke is about demographics. That's right. It's all about where do you lie on the belt line. So ladies, next time someone's like, where'd you go to high school? Now you know what they're really asking. They're like, Norwood? All right, let's go. You're still good. Okay, all right. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you very much. Here's your host, Michael Holder.
One more time for Gabe, everybody. And all your friends and family you've seen tonight. You guys have been a great crowd. Come back this weekend. I'll be here with Mary Mack next weekend, Nate Craig. Go next door, have some drinks. Thanks again, you guys.